Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Give Since Night 2. Give you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, the Queen's back at it again. So, I watched Normani's AT&T pre-game concert at a basketball game, the NBA basketball game. And here are my honest thoughts and opinions. Now, you already know the drill. You already know I'm a Normani Kordei fan forever, period. I am from the Normani Nation, so I will be giving you guys an update on what's going on with her music career. So far, so good. She's still booking stages, so that's great. She performed. The songs that she performed on her set list were Motivation, Checklist, Waves, 1 in a Million, Diamonds, and Love Lives. So I'm going to give you guys my opinions on her set list, what I liked about her set list, and also I'm going to give constructive criticism because, like I said, there was some drama surrounding her performance, and even the fans, they got into it with some trolls online and all that, but I will, wrap this up with my conclusions. Overall, I loved her set list because she has a variety of songs, right? So she has a variety of the pop and R&B songs and the pop and I would say hip hop songs. But really most of her songs that she did on her set list, like the pop songs like Motivation, Checklist is more like a pop R&B, like an island song, and then the Love Lives, and then she got the Waves. She did the 1 in a Million, and the Diamonds. So, overall, her performance wasn't the best performance, and here's why. I don't know if there were technical difficulties, but when I was listening to her performance and watching her performance, the pros are her stage presence. She was focused. She was very into the audience. She had her stage presence. She did miss a beat. Her singing, she was on point. She didn't miss a beat, but I feel like there were technical difficulties with the sound because I didn't really hear her overall voice. I didn't really hear the backtracking of the records. I felt like the audio was kind of stiff and mumbling, and I feel like I just really didn't get to hear her clearly as I wanted to. I should go back and listen to it. Maybe my headphones were not working properly. I'll have to go back and rewatch the whole performance. But I feel like overall she did pretty good. It wasn't one of her best performances from compared to what she has done before, because we already know Sis can slay a stage. Sis can book a stage, and she can really bring that stage and come to life with her music and her songs. I feel and I know Megan Thee Stallion, she was performing as well, and I know I said they perform different times, I understand, but I feel for this Diamond song, Megan Thee Stallion should have came out, because I feel you do a collaboration with another artist, the song needs to be promoted. And also there has been a little bit of drama. I would say the song Diamonds, it came out what, I think the song came out in early February, right? Or was it last month? I'm sorry, was it last month? But whatever. But I feel Megan Thee Stallion should have came out, because now Diamonds isn't really catching on as much, and I know they're doing everything they can to still promote the song, but I feel Megan Thee Stallion should have came out, and that would have brought the crowd more engaged with Normani as well. Even watching the crowd, some people were excited, some people was it's whatever, hey, it's whatever, it is what it is. But I feel overall Normani, she was able to make up with her singing and her dancing. Now, like I said, I loved when she always, after Waves, because she, performs that song, of course, a lot. And I really love this song, Waves, because it has that R&B pop nostalgia, but it has more that moody, dark R&B. And after she performs that song, she always performs and pays tribute to Aaliyah, One in a Million, and One in a Million, is my favorite Aaliyah record, period. It's one of my favorite Aaliyah tracks that I always listen to, when I listen to Baby Girl. So she always, like I said, I like that. Normani pretty much, she's the kind of artist, and I've noticed that too. She makes sure that she puts in her music and her originality, but she also, her influences from other artists, like she pays tribute and she pays homage to them. So with that, Waves goes hand in hand with One in a Million, because I can still hear like that sound of where with Aaliyah created that sound, like that R&B, that hip hop vibe, that moody, that mystiqueness, that dark cutting edge. And Waves and One in a Million, they go hand in hand together. And the Waves record, it does remind me of like Aaliyah's artistry and her sound, because Aaliyah was pretty much like a chameleon, with that R&B, like even the darkness and the moodiness and the sultriness of Waves. It just gives like that futuristic, Afro-futuristic vibe in the sound. It brings like that R&B futuristic appeal. And that's why I love Normani so much, because Normani basically knows what she's doing, and she knows, her artistry will be her own, but she also makes sure that, she wants people to be aware of like, well, okay, where, like who inspires her, and where does her influence come from? It comes from other artists that she grew up with, period. And like I said in my last video, Normani pretty much is progressing as an artist while she's developing her craft, her sound, and her music. So the more she starts, like I said, she starts developing more into her own artistry, and she keeps, performing and booking stages along the way throughout the future, she will, of course, eventually she will build up that momentum, and that she'll develop like a sound where people know who she is. But right now she's still doing her thing. Also, like I said, constructive criticism, watching Normani's performances, I feel like Normani, sometimes I feel like she is, I wouldn't say like she would be out of breath while she's singing, but sometimes when she sings, I know that her voice, she's not a powerhouse vocalist, but she can sing. She got belts, she got harmonies, but I feel like sometimes she should work on her breath control, because sometimes when she's performing, and I know, like I said, when you're singing and dancing, it goes hand in hand. You gotta sing and dance, but she's able to do that. But sometimes I feel like she's out of breath. So like I said, she practiced more with her singing and dancing. Find a way to how like control her breath control while she's dancing, so it won't be like, she's like out of place while she's singing and dancing. But overall, she did a pretty good job, making sure that, she stays in the moment with her audience, and she engaged with her audience. Because I'm gonna tell you something, I can't dance like her. I really can't dance. I can dance, but not that kind of choreography that she be doing. It's like she gets it down pat. It's like she's on her A game, because she's practiced a lot and she's put in a lot of work and a lot of time and effort, and she really perfected her singing abilities and her dancing abilities. And her choreography, what I love about Normani's choreography, is very intricate and it's very like artsy, and her body movement, and she knows how to be so versatile when she's like, she moves her limbs, her arms, her legs, and she gives more like that, charisma and charismatic, but she really brings the aesthetic of what it means to be an entertainer, what it means to have that stage presence and be able to fluid and to execute her moves. And really, it's like I see her like Michael Jackson, I see Janet Jackson, I see Beyonce, and I see Aaliyah, because I feel like watching her perform, I see more of her. I see Normani, and I see how she's really practiced, having her own moves, like her signature moves. And I noticed one thing. I noticed when she loves like move her body, like the belly roll. Aaliyah was doing the belly roll, like Aaliyah's signature move. She was doing the belly roll. That was her signature move. But I know it's like Normani. She, she gets into it. She feels the music. the music carries her, it flows her, she's following like the music, so it's really the rhythm, and she can be on beat, and it's natural, and she's very, like I said, she's focused on, like, when it comes to her dancing, she makes sure that she puts on a show, and she will put on a show, and she will give people a show. But I feel like even with this, like, performance, like I said, there were some good moments, and there were some moments where I feel like, she just needs to work on more and practice, and eventually she'll get better. So no, I'm not bashing her. This is not a bash video, and I don't want these trolls to try. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not, like I said, I just feel like she really, gave it her all. But I feel like, there were some things that there are some things that she needs to work on to improve. But overall, this performance was pretty dope. I would give it a 4 out of 5. And she basically, like I said, she's still coming to her own as an artist. She's still able to, gravitate towards her sound and her artistry. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was peeping on Twitter, and I was seeing the fans, like I said, they had their opinions, and the trolls and critics, and they were saying, well, this is one of her worst performances, and this is the end of the world. Okay, fine, everybody's opinion, cool, but it's not the end of the world, guys, because even the greats have had their bad performances, not so great performances. She ain't the first one, and she will not be the last. That's just how it is. It's trial and error. That's just how it is. But one thing what I love about Normani is, like, I could tell while she's performing, she loves what she loves it. She really invests in it. I like how she smiles while she's dancing. You can tell that she's really energetic, and she brings a lot of energy, and she brings a lot of that, like, thrill and excitement. So I love her personality comes out while she's, performing as well, while, her stage presence. I see a lot of, like, Michael in her. Even when I was, watching, like, her dancing throughout her entire set list, that personality, that bubbly, that charm, and just, giving a lot of that, like, thrill and excitement, and that, just being able to feel the music. And this is why I want Normani to make sure to take her time with her craft when it comes to her debut album releasing this year. Because I'm telling y'all, we gotta support Normani, okay? We can't just say it, we gotta do it. And I really want for Normani to do well in music, period, and really make an impact. And I don't care how long this album takes. I don't care. As long as this album comes out this year, that's all that matters. I don't care the month. I don't care the day. Okay? As long as she, releases her debut album, and also the singles line up, and really give us an era that, it just is very monumental, and it represents her and her artistry. And I feel like even, as time goes on, we gotta let Normani, blossom into her own artist. We gotta let her express herself, and we gotta let her just do her, because, like I said, we have our opinions, we have our constructive criticism, but we gotta appreciate what she has now. We have to appreciate what she has to offer now, because I feel like when fans appreciate artists for who they are and what they have to offer now, they can really anticipate what's the best to come in the future. Because Normani is the kind of artist where her showmanship speaks for itself, and I feel like listening to her music, that's how I want her to be able to, like I said, express herself and be creative and have that innovation. Because really, that's why nowadays in music it's just lacking, and it is lacking, period. And Normani pretty much is like the rare, a gem in music, where it's like she has the talent, she has the appeal, she has the stage presence, she has the star power. We have to, like I said, as fans, we have to support her, and it is our duty to support her and buy her music, because, like I said, my last video, go check it out. What is star power? My thoughts. Please feel free to let me know how you guys feel, and let me know how you guys feel as Normani Kordei fans. But overall, her performance, it was okay. It wasn't one of her best performances, but I know, like I said, she did make it up for, like, at least, you know, engaging with the audience and at least putting in the work, and also bringing out her personality more while she's, like, you know, performing. So with that being said, guys, this is my honest thoughts and review of Normani's AT&T NBA pre-concert performance. Please do not be afraid to like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Please do not be afraid to hit that notification button. Please do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. As always, stay tuned on the next episode. Get the Sense 92 Dragon Ball Z narrated reference. Peace. Bye-bye. Your girl's exiting out. The Super Saiyan is out.